The thought tore through my head before she even opened her mouth. God, I want to bite that lip. Wonder if she'd gasp or go quiet. Wonder what those hands would feel like if I froze, microphone trembling in my grip, heart slamming against my ribs so hard I thought the entire press conference could hear it. The actress sitting 3 feet away, Hanul, Korea's untouchable A-list star, stared straight ahead. Face carved from ice. Perfect posture, not a flicker of emotion. A reporter was asking her something about her latest film. I was supposed to be translating, but all I could hear was her thought. Raw, filthy, desperate. I want to pull her hair back and see if she looks at me the way she looks at that damn script. My throat closed. This wasn't real. This couldn't be real. I was 24 as of this morning. A translator. Invisible. I stood behind microphones and turned Korean into English, English into Korean. 2 years of this job and nobody had ever looked at me twice. I was furniture, background noise. So why was I hearing this? Miss? The moderator's voice cut through my spiral. Everyone was staring. Hanul's lips had moved. She'd answered the question. I'd missed it completely. I swallowed hard, forced my voice steady. She says the film explores themes of identity and belonging in modern society. Lie. I had no idea what she'd said, but it sounded right. Professional, safe. Hanul's eyes flicked toward me. Just for a second. Storm gray and unreadable. Then another thought slammed in. She's shaking. Did I do that? God, I want to know what else I could make her do. I bit down on my tongue hard enough to taste copper. The moderator moved to the next question. Directed at Sena this time. Sena, Hanul's best friend. Rising star. Warm where Hanul was cold. She smiled at reporters, laughed easily, made everyone feel seen. She'd always been kind to me, remembered my name, asked if I wanted coffee before events. I focused on her now. Desperate for something normal. Something that made sense. The reporter asked about her character's relationship with Hanul's. Sena's smile widened. She leaned forward slightly, answered in Korean, voice smooth and practiced. I opened my mouth to translate. Her thought crashed into me like a wave. That perfume. Jasmine and something sweeter. Want to bury my face in her neck and just breathe her in. Want to know if she tastes as good as she smells? My knees almost gave out. No, not her too. And Sena kept talking, face serene, hands folded neatly in her lap. The picture of professionalism. But her mind was screaming. I wonder if she's ever been kissed properly. Wonder if she'd let me be the first. Wonder if those lips are as soft as they look. I translated. Somehow. Words came out of my mouth. Coherent sentences about on-screen chemistry and directorial vision. My voice didn't shake, didn't break. I had no idea how. The questions kept coming, back and forth between them, and the thoughts never stopped. Hanul's mind, the curve of her throat when she swallows. Want to put my mouth there. Want to feel her pulse under my tongue. Sena's mind. She bit her lip. She's nervous. God, I want to be the reason she's nervous. Want her looking at me like that in private. Hanul again. If I touched her hand right now, would she pull away or would she let me? Sena. Her voice when she speaks English. Low. Careful. Want to hear it say my name. Just once. Just to know how it sounds. I was drowning. Every answer they gave, every smile for the cameras, every professional gesture. It was all a lie. Because underneath they were both thinking about me, my body, my mouth, my skin, the translator they barely acknowledged in public, the woman they were mentally devouring in private. 20 minutes. The press conference lasted 20 minutes. It felt like hours. When it finally ended, I stumbled off the small stage. My hands were shaking so badly I nearly dropped the microphone twice. The event coordinator thanked me, said I did a great job, very professional. I nodded, smiled, didn't trust myself to speak. Hanul and Sena walked past me without a word. Sena gave me a small smile. Polite, distant. Hanel didn't even glance my way. Like I didn't exist. Like they hadn't just spent the last 20 minutes thinking about all the ways they wanted to ruin me. I made it to the green room. Empty, thank God. Collapsed into a chair. Pressed my palms against my eyes. Brain tumor. That was the logical explanation. Something growing in my skull, making me hallucinate. Psychosis. Stress-induced delusion. I hadn't slept well in weeks. Maybe my mind was just breaking under the pressure. That made sense. That was rational. The alternative, that I could actually hear their thoughts, was impossible. I took a breath. Then another. Okay. I'd go home. Rest. Tomorrow this would be gone. A weird birthday glitch. Nothing more. The door opened. I looked up. Hanul stood in the doorway. Alone. My heart stopped. She stepped inside, closed the door behind her. Her expression was unreadable, cold as always. You left this. She held up my phone. Must have fallen out of my bag. I stood too quickly, nearly tripped. Thank you. Our eyes met. Her thought hit me like lightning. She's terrified. Of me, or of what I make her feel with my presence. I couldn't breathe. Want to close this distance. Want to see if she'd run or stay. She took one step closer. Just one touch, that's all. Just to know if she feels this, too. My pulse was so loud I thought she could hear it. Hanil handed me the phone. Our fingers brushed. Her thought came soft, certain, devastating. Mine. Hanil didn't let go. Her thumb traced my palm. Slow, deliberate. A touch that had no business lasting this long. My breath caught, throat tight. Every nerve in my hand screaming. Her thought hit me like a physical blow. Her pulse just jumped. I felt it, right there under my thumb. I tried to pull away. She held firm. You sure you're okay? Her voice was professional, concerned. Her eyes told a different story. They tracked down to my mouth, lingered. Another thought slammed in. Wonder if she knows how close I am to closing this distance, to finding out if those lips are as soft as they look. I'm fine. My voice came out rough, wrong, just tired. She stepped closer, close enough that her perfume wrapped around me. Something expensive, woody, dark. It made my head swim. Liar, she sneered inwardly. She's shaking. Because of me. The door opened. Sena walked in. Her smile was bright, easy, but her eyes went straight to where Hanul was touching me. Something shifted in her expression. Gone in a heartbeat. There you are. She crossed the room, didn't stop until she was right behind me. Her hand found the small of my back, warm through my blouse. Ready for dinner? I blinked. Dinner? With the production team. Sena's thumb moved in small circles against my spine, casual, possessive. Didn't anyone tell you? Her thought came sharp and hungry. She smells like jasmine. Want to find out where the scent is strongest? Her neck, her wrists, lower? I didn't know I was invited. I was trapped between them. Hanul in front, Sena behind, no escape route. Of course you are. Hanel finally released my hand, but she didn't move back. You're part of the team. If Sena wasn't here, I'd already have her against this wall, hands pinned, that professional mask completely gone. My stomach dropped. I should probably head home. Nonsense. Sena's hand pressed firmer against my back, guiding me toward the door. You have to eat anyway, might as well eat well. I had no choice. Not without making it weird, not without admitting something was very, very wrong with me. The car ride was torture, luxury sedan, leather seats, privacy partition between us and the driver. I ended up sandwiched between them in the back, their thighs pressed against mine, no space, no air. Sena's hand rested on the seat behind my neck. Every few seconds her fingers would graze my nape. Light, accidental. Except her thoughts said otherwise. So sensitive there. She shivers every time I touch it. What would happen if I used my mouth instead? Hanul sat perfectly still beside me, hands folded in her lap. But her knuckles kept brushing my thigh with every turn the car made. Want to slide my hand higher, want to see if she'd stop me or if she'd let me. I pressed my spine against the seat, tried to create distance. Impossible. Every bump in the road pushed us closer together. Sina leaned across me to point out something through the window, her breath warm against my ear. "Look at that building! Isn't it beautiful?" Her thought was filthy. Want to bite that earlobe, want to hear what sound she'd make, high and surprised, or low and desperate? My hands clenched in my lap. Hanul's fingers moved, covered mine, squeezed gently. "You're tense." She didn't look at me, stared straight ahead. Long day? She's trembling. Good. Want her nervous. Want her thinking about me. Only me. Yeah, I could barely speak. Long day. The restaurant was small, traditional, private. Sena helped me out of the car, her hands on my waist, lingering. She's so light. Wonder if I could just lift her, press her against something and thank you. I stepped away too fast, nearly tripped. Hanul caught my elbow, steadied me, her touch burned. Clumsy when she's flustered. That's new, that's mine. Inside, they led me to a private room. Low table, floor cushions, traditional setup. The team should be here soon. Sena checked her phone, smiled. We're a bit early. We settled on the cushions. Me between them again. Always between them. Their knees touched mine under the table, shoulders brushed when we moved. Sena poured drinks. Her hand cupped mine to steady my glass, thumb stroking my wrist. Hanul picked up a piece of grilled meat with her chopsticks, held it toward my mouth. Open. Not a suggestion, a command. I hesitated. Her eyes met mine, storm gray. Intense. Want to watch her mouth? Want to know how those lips would look wrapped around? I opened, took the food. Her pupils dilated. There, just like that. God. Sena leaned in, showed me something on her phone, pressed fully against my side. Warmth bleeding through fabric. Look at this photo from today. Her hand slid to my lower back, rested there. I want more contact, want to feel her skin, want her to stop pulling away. I couldn't focus on the photo, could only feel them, their heat, their proximity, the weight of their attention. Hanul reached across, brushed hair off my shoulder, the fingertips trailing my neck. Softer than I imagined, want to put my mouth here, mark her where everyone can see. Sena's hand tightened on my back. If she touches her again. A phone buzzed. Sena grabbed it before I could see. Read the message. Production team is running late. She set it down, smiled at me. Looks like it's just us for a while. Alone, perfect. No interruptions. Hanul shifted closer. Her hand moved under the table, rested on my knee, heavy, deliberate. She's not pulling away. Interesting. I should move, should make an excuse, should leave. But I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't do anything except feel. Sena's lips nearly touched my ear. Want more to drink? Her breath was hot, intentional. Hanul's hand moved higher on my thigh, just barely. The phone buzzed again. Sena checked it. Her smile widened. Team can't make it at all. Apologizes for the late notice. She looked at Hanul, then at me. Guess it's just us for the night. Hanul's grip on my thigh tightened. All night, no witnesses, just us and her and time. I tried to stand, needed air, needed space, needed anything but this. They moved with me. Sena caught my wrist. Hanul rose too, stood so close I had to tilt my head back to see her face. Where are you going? Her voice was quiet. Dangerous. Sena pressed against my back, whispered against my ear. Stay with us. Please, just say yes, let us. I was trapped, Hanul in front, Sena behind, both their heartbeats against me, both their wants crushing the air from my lungs. And I realized with terrifying clarity, they weren't going to let me leave until I gave them an answer. One drink. My voice came out steadier than I felt. Then I really have to go. Hanul's hand remained on my thigh, heavy and warm. "One drink," she agreed. Too easy. They agreed too easily. Sina's fingers traced my spine in slow circles. "Sit down and relax. Relax." As if that was possible with both of them this close, their body heat seeping through my clothes, their attention fixed on me like I was the only thing in the room that mattered. Hanul guided me back down to the cushion, her hand firm on my shoulder, pressing until I had no choice but to sink back into place between them. Sena shifted closer immediately, her knee pressing against mine with constant, deliberate pressure. They weren't asking anymore. They were deciding for me. Hanul reached for the soju bottle and poured a measure into a small glass. Her fingers wrapped around mine as she guided my hand to take it, skin-to-skin contact that felt anything but accidental. She didn't let go even after I had the glass, just held my hand there while her thumb brushed across my knuckles. "Drink," she said quietly. The liquor burned going down. Before I could set the glass down, Sina leaned across me, reaching for something on the table. Her chest pressed against my shoulder, and she took her time about it, moving slowly enough that I felt every point of contact. "Try this one." Hanel held her own glass toward my lips. "It's better." I blinked at her. This one's different. Trust me." She tipped the glass toward my mouth, and I had no choice but to part my lips. Her eyes stayed locked on mine as I swallowed, watching the movement of my throat with an intensity that made my skin burn. An indirect kiss, the same glass her mouth had just touched. Sina picked up her own glass and did the same thing, holding it to my lips without asking permission. "My turn," she murmured, and I drank again because refusing felt more dangerous than accepting. "Good girl," she whispered, and heat flooded my face. Hanul's hand moved from my thigh to my wrist, circling it before her thumb found my pulse point and pressed down. "Your heart's still racing." "I'm fine," I lied. "You're a terrible liar." Sina's breath touched my ear. "You've been nervous since the press conference ended." "Are we making you uncomfortable?" Hanul's thumb pressed harder against my pulse, and for the first time there was genuine concern in her voice beneath the flirtation. Then why do you keep trying to leave?" Sina's fingers played with the collar of my blouse, adjusting it. Her knuckles grazed my collarbone, but the touch was gentler now, questioning. I couldn't answer because forming words required thinking, and thinking was impossible when every nerve in my body was focused on cataloging where they were touching me. "You should eat something." Hanel picked up her chopsticks and selected a piece of grilled meat, bringing it to my mouth with careful attention. I ate because my brain had stopped working. Sina reached out suddenly, her thumb touching the corner of my mouth. "You missed some," she said, wiping slowly across my bottom lip. Her touch lingered there, warm and gentle, before she finally pulled back. "There," she said softly. The room was too hot, too small, too full of them and their touches and their attention. I stood up fast enough that I nearly knocked over a glass. I should go. They stood too, but this time there was hesitation in their movements. Sina reached out, her hand hovering near my arm, but not quite touching. "Are you okay?" she asked. "You seem really shaken up." "It's still early," Hanul added, but her voice had lost some of its earlier confidence. "Did we push too hard? I'm sorry if we made you uncomfortable." "I have work tomorrow." My voice sounded thin, even to my own ears. "So do we." Hanel stepped closer but stopped when I tensed. "But seriously, are you all right? You've been off all evening." Sina moved closer too, concern evident in her expression. "Talk to us. What's wrong?" My pulse hammered. They were both watching me with genuine worry now, the flirtation fading into something more real, more human. "Breathe," Hanel said gently. "Whatever it is, you can tell us." Hanel's thought came through clear and sharp. "I wonder if she's ever been kissed, really kissed. She looks so scared right now." "No," I said automatically. I haven't. Silence. Hanil's brow furrowed. You haven't what? I didn't ask you anything. My stomach dropped. Yes, you did, you just… No. Her expression shifted to confusion. I was just telling you to breathe. Sina's hand finally touched my arm, steadying. What did you think she asked? I opened my mouth, closed it. My heart was beating so hard I thought it might break through my ribs. She asked if I'd been kissed before. The words came out barely above a whisper. Hanul and Sena exchanged a look of pure confusion. I didn't ask that, Hanul said slowly, and now there was something else in her voice, not anger, concern. Are you feeling okay? Should we call someone? You did, I insisted weakly, even though the certainty was already crumbling. I heard you. Sena's grip on my arm tightened supportively. Maybe you should sit back down. You look pale. Hanel studied me for a long moment, then seemed to make a decision. She spoke clearly and deliberately. What time do you need to leave tonight? But her thought came through completely different. Something's really wrong. She's not just nervous. Should I call her a car? A doctor? You don't need to call anyone, I said automatically. I'm not sick. Both of them went very still. I only asked what time you needed to leave, Hanil said carefully. Hanuel's eyes widened. Ma, how did you know I was thinking about calling someone? I looked between them, panic rising in my chest like a tide. The truth was written all over my face and I couldn't hide it anymore. Can you hear us? Sena asked softly, no accusation in her voice, just pure shock. Our thoughts? The denial died on my lips. I couldn't force it out, couldn't lie anymore when they were both staring at me with expressions of complete astonishment. My silence was answer enough. Oh my God, Sena breathed, but there was wonder in it, not anger. Hanil's hand came up slowly like she was approaching something fragile. How long has this been happening to you? The gentleness in her voice broke something in me. Since this morning, since I turned 24. I don't know why or how. It just started and I can't turn it off and I don't know what's wrong with me. Hey! Sena pulled me into a hug before I could finish spiraling. It's okay. Nothing's wrong with you. This morning, Hanul repeated slowly, processing. Before the press conference. I nodded against Sena's shoulder, throat tight. So during the entire press conference you heard… Sena pulled back to look at me, realization dawning. Oh no, you poor thing. In the car too, I whispered. And here, tonight. Everything you've both been thinking. Hanil's expression transformed into horror, but not at me, at herself. And we've been, oh God, we've been so inappropriate. Sena's hands framed my face. Why didn't you say something? You must have been terrified. I thought I was going crazy, I admitted, and suddenly I was shaking. I thought I had a brain tumor or psychosis or… No. Hanul stepped closer, her hand warm on my back. You're not crazy. This is real. We believe you. For the first time since this nightmare started, their thoughts went quiet. Not because they were blocking me out, but because they were both too focused on me, on making sure I was okay. Sena guided me back to sit down, this time with careful, platonic touches. Hanul poured water instead of soju and pressed the glass into my hands. Drink this, she said gently. And then we're going to figure this out together, okay? Every thought we had about you today, Sena said quietly, sitting beside me with appropriate distance now. You heard all of it. I nodded, unable to meet her eyes. I'm so sorry, she said, and she sounded like she meant it. If I'd known… God… we must have seemed like such creeps. It's not your fault, I said quickly. Thoughts are private. You didn't do anything wrong. Neither did you, Sena said firmly, catching my hand. This isn't your fault either. You didn't ask for this ability. Hanul crouched in front of me, her eyes serious. Can you still hear us now? I focused, reaching for that thread of connection. Nothing. Complete silence. No, it's quiet. Maybe the shock shut it off? Sina suggested hopefully. Or maybe you're learning to control it, Hanul offered. Either way, we're not going anywhere until we know you're okay. The gentleness, the immediate acceptance, the concern for me instead of themselves, it was overwhelming in a completely different way than their earlier attention had been. I don't understand, I whispered. You're not freaked out? Oh, we're definitely freaked out, Sina admitted with a shaky laugh. But not at you, for you. This must have been awful. Hanul stood and moved to sit on my other side, close but not touching. We're sorry, for everything we thought, for how we acted tonight. If we'd known, you would have thought different things, I finished. I know. Maybe, Hanul said honestly. Or maybe we would have had the guts to actually talk to you instead of just thinking about it. Sina squeezed my hand. The thoughts were real. What we feel is real. But the way we went about this tonight, that wasn't fair to you even before we knew about your ability. So what happens now? I asked, voice small. They looked at each other, then back at me. Now, Hanul said firmly, we make sure you get home safe. We give you space to process this. And tomorrow, when you're ready, we talk. Really talk, out loud, like normal people. If you want to, Sina added quickly. No pressure. We understand if this is all too much. The silence in my head remained blissfully complete. And somehow that made everything feel even more real. The camera flashes hit us the moment we stepped outside. Dozens of them. Paparazzi swarming the restaurant entrance like sharks, shouting in Korean and English, cameras raised, blocking our path. Hanul's hand found my elbow. Don't look at them. Keep your head down. Too late. I'd frozen, blinded by the strobing lights. They'd gotten my face. Clear shots, multiple angles. Sina pressed close to my other side, shielding me. Back inside. Now. We retreated through the restaurant. The manager was already on his phone, face pale, gesturing frantically toward the kitchen. Someone tipped them off saying you both were here with someone, he said in English, glancing at me with poorly concealed panic. Posted your location online an hour ago. They've been gathering since then. An hour ago. Right when we'd arrived. Someone had been watching us. Hanul's phone rang. She answered in rapid Korean, her voice tight, controlled. I caught enough to understand. Photos already posted online. Social media exploding. Speculation about who I was. The hotel next door, the manager said. Connected corridor. Go now before more show up. We hurried through the service hallway. Hanul ended her call, jaw set. The photos are everywhere. They're asking who you are, why you're with us. They're questioning if we're together, Sina added quietly. All three of us. Or if you're dating one of us. The comments are getting ugly. My stomach dropped. Your careers... Don't worry about that right now. Hanul's grip on my arm tightened. Just get somewhere safe first. The hotel corridor was empty. Security nodded at the actresses, pretended not to see me. A professional discretion that meant nothing now. The elevator ride was suffocating silence. Hanul and Sina stood on either side of me, not touching, both staring straight ahead. Their suite was penthouse level. Massive. Floor-to-ceiling windows, luxury I'd only ever seen in magazines. The door clicked shut, and the silence in my head shattered. Their thoughts crashed back in. Not gentle, a tidal wave. Her life is ruined because of us. One dinner and we've destroyed her privacy. Hanul's guilt hit me like a fist to the chest. I want to fix this, want to promise it'll be okay. But I can't. We can't undo this. Sina's fear wrapped around my throat. Except it wasn't just thoughts anymore. I felt their emotions, physical sensations. Hanul's guilt sat heavy in my chest. Sina's worry squeezed my lungs. I gasped, staggered. Hit the wall. Yura? Sina grabbed my arm. What's wrong? I couldn't breathe, couldn't speak past the weight of everything they were feeling crushing me. Hanul steadied my other side. Talk to us. What's happening? It's back. The words came out strangled. I can feel you. Both of you. Your emotions. Inside me. They both froze. The ability? Hanul's eyes widened. You can hear us again? Not just hear, feel. Everything you're feeling. It's too much, I can't. Sina released me instantly. I'm sorry, God, I'm sorry. It didn't help. Distance didn't matter. Their emotions kept flooding through me. Hanul moved to the far side of the room. Better? No, I still feel everything. Distance doesn't change it. We're hurting you just by existing near you. Sina's voice broke. I'm trying to control it. Hanul's hands clenched, trying to feel nothing. Her attempt made it worse. Suppression made her emotions explode stronger, and underneath everything, something massive she was trying to bury. Love. She was in love with me. The realization slammed through me so hard I nearly collapsed. Don't suppress it, I managed. That makes it worse. Sina knelt beside me, not touching. Tears in her eyes. I can't do this. Can't be near you without feeling everything. It's not fair to make you carry what I feel. Her love was just as overwhelming, just as impossible to ignore. I'm in love with you. Sina said it out loud. I have been for weeks, and now you can feel it without choosing to know. That's not fair, that's not right. I feel the same. Hanul's voice cut across the room. I'm in love with you too. Yura. And this ability means you know without us earning the right to tell you. That's not how this should happen. I wrapped my arms around myself. I don't know what's real anymore, what I feel versus what you feel. It's all mixed together. Sina reached out slowly. Can I hold your hand? I don't know if that'll help or hurt. She took it anyway. The connection intensified. Her love flooded through where our skin touched. Overwhelming, incredible, too much and not enough. I gasped but didn't pull away. Hanul crossed to us, took my other hand. The feedback doubled, both of them, both their feelings crashing through me in waves. We'll protect you, Hanul said fiercely. Whatever happens with the scandal, we won't let anyone hurt you. I felt the truth of it, their determination, their willingness to sacrifice everything. Sina's phone rang. She answered one-handed, not releasing me. Her expression crumbled. It's exploding online. They're questioning our sexuality, sponsors threatening to pull out. My family wants me to deny everything. Hanul's phone rang, her manager. She listened with a stone face. They want Yura to fake date a male actor, kill the rumors, protect our careers. No, I said immediately. We already refused, Sina said. We won't use you like that. I felt their sincerity, but also their fear. Fear of losing everything they'd built. 1 hour to decide, Hanul said quietly. Then they moved forward anyway. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. The message froze my blood. Did you get your 24th birthday wish? Have you met your soulmates yet? More importantly, are you ready to pay the price for the gift you received? Someone knew. Everything. Yura? Hanul saw my face. What's wrong? I looked up at them. Someone knew about the ability, about my birthday, about them, and they wanted payment. Part 1. Ends. Yura thought she was invisible her whole life, until the day she could hear their deepest desires. Now someone knows her secret, and they want payment. If this story left you breathless, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Would you want to hear people's thoughts, or is some mystery better left unknown? Subscribe so you don't miss part 2, because what happens next will change everything. See you soon.